Jesse, I've got 1,000 things I want to talk with you
Sure.
about, but I got to ask you about this because he was a regular guest on my show, Dr. Fred Bell. He was with you, I think, taping one of your conspiracy theory TV shows. He drops dead of a heart attack. Lots of people sent me emails saying, "Oh my God, it's a conspiracy, this or that." Your take? You think he just died?
I don't know. It's a mysterious thing to me also, because the particular subject we were dealing with was supposed to. Let me back up a moment and state this: we completed 8 more conspiracy theory shows right on time last November.
Okay.
Normally they're released and editing, and they're released by January, February. They're on the air. They're still not on the air.
They're still in the can?
Oh, yeah.
Somebody's got a thumb on it, huh?
Oh, yeah. There's no doubt, because, they're still sitting there right now. We completed them right on time. It was our 3rd season, and they're not. And that, of course, now will move forward. One of those episodes concerned Dr. Fred Bell. And Dr. Bell was a whistleblower that I was bringing in to talk to about the particular subject. And and I don't fly anymore, so they bring a lot of the people to Minnesota now, which they did with Dr. Bell. He flew into Minnesota, and we found a location, and we shot his portion of the particular show. And but the part that was disturbing was off the record. Off the record, Dr. Bell said to me that day when we had completed shooting on the particular subject, he said to me, "Well, you know that I have a CIA handler, don't you?" And I kind of laughed, and I said, "Yeah." I said, "It doesn't surprise me with what the knowledge you have about certain things that they would keep an eye on you in some manner." Well, his quote to me was, "Well, he's going to go ballistic when he finds out I talked to you."
Yeah, he was.
I just kind of took it as whoa. And let me back up again. When we started on this particular subject, one of my interns in L.A. made a phone call to a former retired colonel in the Army in Georgia and breached the subject with him. And this colonel said back to her, "Don't you understand that people that look into this subject end up dead?" Which was a blatant threat.
Sure was.
Well, the girl quit my show. I don't blame her. She was a young lady, about 22. She was getting married in a couple months, and she said, "I don't need this."
Scared
and I didn't blame her. She left as one of our interns and moved on. But we continued with the show. So that threat was out there, and we continued with the show. And then, lo and behold, I do this interview with Dr. Fred Bell, Dr. Bell, and a day or two, we would always put them up one night, and apparently Dr. Bell wanted to stay a second night. So he booked a separate hotel away from the one that we booked him in the first night, because we pay for that.
Yeah.
He apparently wanted to stay the rest of the weekend, and his girlfriend flew up. And the second night, in the morning, he was dead.
Oh.
Now,
the
plot thickens because I called Police Chief Dolan of the Minneapolis Police Department as governor, former governor, and explained the whole background of the situation and what happened here. And you have this guy now dead, and we got a threat to do this show that people end up dead. And we found out there's a list of 12 that have died under very mysterious circumstances.
These are like Kennedy.
Add Dr. Bell to that list, and we're up to 13, I believe.
These are like witnesses to the Kennedy assassination. They all just died.
Well, or people that have delved into this particular subject, wanting to learn more about it, expose it, or ask questions about it. These people die mysteriously in weird ways, or they had. And we added, in the show, we add Dr. Bell to that list now, because we have no explanation. Could it have been natural causes? I suppose it could be. But what was interesting, when I breached it with Dolan, the Minneapolis police chief, he kind of sloughed it off, and he just said to me, "Well, we've got a great autopsy man, we'll know." Well, he didn't even give me a courtesy call back to give me the results of the autopsy.
Yeah, what does that tell you?
He never called me back to do anything. He's never corresponded with me, and I gave him my phone number in any way, shape, or form on the death of Dr. Bell.
Was the subject matter free energy in areas like that? Because talk about that,
Yeah, you're right on it right there. Absolutely, it was on free energy.
What? And you said you don't fly anymore. Is that because of the TSA situation?
Yeah, I just got tired. I have metal in my body, George. So when I go to an airport, the metal detector is going to go off. I'm then subjected either to the sexual assault or the